when you saw it in the theater, there was a controversial scene that was cut, which I never saw until you showed me on YouTube.
Yeah.
The scene where basically, because people were copying it, the players, the quarterback, he's a rebel.
Right.
Joe Kane. Now, this guy, he has a leather jacket and a motorcycle. He's the Fonz, all right?
Yeah.
So he's drunk, and they're leaving the bar, and there's a busy highway. And in the lane markers, the white lane, he lies down reading his Sports Illustrated article while the cars zip by him.
Yeah, so the Sports Illustrated had just come out because he was a big Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
And so, like, people in the bar were giving him shit, hey, Heisman, and all this stuff. So, anyway, they're leaving the bar. Yeah, like you said, he's drunk. He climbs over some wall, starts running on the highway, and all the players are like, what the hell? And he goes and lays down on the center lines.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, guys, this magazine's talking about how cool I am under pressure. And the cars are flying by on either side of him and stuff. And then, like, you know, all the other players are like, well, we got to, what do we do? So, but then other players go out and lay down with him.
Because Kane's a leader.
Yeah,
damn
he's
right.
A leader, and that's the the stereotype I'm sure they were going for. Not only will they run through a brick wall for him, they'll lay in the middle of traffic for him. So then you got a line of players laying down like this on the center divider, and cars whizzing by on either side of the line, which led to
2 people actually doing it, and they died. I thought it was Florida. It was actually I looked up New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
I looked it up too because I was like, certainly that had to be Florida, but it was not. It wasn't my people. I was sure my people had done that. But.
Yeah, because I lived in Tampa at the time, and I was thinking, this sounds like somebody would do it at school or something. But
and there was like stories popping up at that time, though, all over the place.
Yeah.
And there were some in Florida where kids were attempting it.
Yeah.
Or trying it or getting busted for it or whatever. But there were a couple unfortunate situations where people actually died doing it.
And then they had to cut it out, and the theater had to physically cut it out and put it together. So I always heard it, but never saw the scene.
They had to pull that movie. I mean, they pulled it all. They pulled all the VHS. They pulled everything, re-edited it, and re-released it because of that scene. So.
Yeah. I heard that. I think it's in I think they said there's like a Japanese version where it's in there or something. Maybe it was on IMDb. It's probably one of those hidden. But yeah, you showed it to me on YouTube, and for 30 years I always never saw it. And like, what was that scene? You found it because and I watched it. It's intense. I was probably like 12 around when that movie came out. I would know better not to do that. That's just me. I did dumb things.
I would think so too. Yeah. I mean, I was 20 when the movie came out,
and you would have done that. I mean, you've had fun, but
yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I think I might have gone out and tried to put my head through a few windows of cars like Latimer, but I didn't. I didn't try to like lay in any highways.
Yes, we'll get back to Latimer here. He was one of my favorite characters.